Hey, do you hear that? That's your rifle begging for this scope. Welcome back to the Meprolight workshop, and today we are talking about our new MVO Mepro variable optic 3-18. Meprolight's now getting into the magnified optic world with our family of MVOs. We have a 1-8, which we have a whole video on. Today we have our 3-18, and we also have a 6-36. So something for everybody. Well, with our 3-18, Eric, why don't you walk us through it?
So our 3-18 is our scope in the middle of the line. So we have the 1-8, we have the 3-18, we have the 6-36. This again really aimed at that LE sniper / DMR using, those intermediate calibers. So I know we're showing it here on a small framed AR. This happens to be a 6 arc. If you haven't shot 6 arc or haven't kind of stretched the legs of the caliber, you will use every bit of the scope to reach out and touch whatever you need to. So it starts with the glass, right? If you look through a scope and it's not crystal clear, you can look at scopes indoors all day long, but not until you get outside you really understand the clarity. German shot glass all the way around. So being built for the professional user, individuals that are going to use this day in and day out, having that edge-to-edge clarity where the clarity and your details of the fuzziness on the outer ring, outer fringes are not cut off is what we were aiming to do. German shot glass help us get us there. So it is overall relatively short compared to other 3-18s. It is under 12 inches. It's right at 11.9. That was a measurement that we were trying to hit to, simply because shorter guns like this, we just want something that was a little bit more maneuverable. By going shorter, we went with a 34 millimeter tube to absorb and bring in as much light as possible. Still looking at over 92% light transmittance rate, giving you a very bright visual acuity when you're looking at something. But what it also does is allows you to gain time. So 30 minutes, before dawn, 30 minutes before dusk, some scopes will black out and you'll start losing it, almost by the second, where this will continue to draw in and give you kind of an extended shooting time.
Absolutely. So it is a feature-filled optic that if you do your part, you'll hit your target.
Yeah, I can't argue with you there. So we are first focal plane across the board in the MVO family. 34 mil tubes are something that goes across the family. Push-pull locking turrets like we covered in the 1-8s is part of this family as well. What we bring in the 3-18 and the 6-36 later, they share 0 stops. So if you need to be out here and that's where you zero, you redo your screws or undo your screws to slip the turrets. When you go back, you feel a hard stop, tighten it down, index lines match up, and then you're good to go.
And these are mil rating and adjustments, and when you dial these turrets, they're very tactile and audible. So you can definitely know what you're doing, so you're not having to do a lot of weird math, or you can just count it off and you're good to go.
Yeah, another thing we've noticed too with some other competitor optics is that index lines and mil lines don't always match up. It's maybe just a tick off one way or the other. So that was very important to us because we want to ensure what you're dialing is what is getting put into the scope mechanically. So full lab of tests, for environmentals. Also ensuring full testing upon the scaling of the reticle itself, since it is etched. So when you dial 10 mils, you're getting 10 mils of movement mechanically, but then tracking wise, when you're making your adjustments, we did ladder tests, we did box tests, we sent it out for independent testing because it was vitally important to us to be a handover a product at a price point the LE agencies and commercial users can afford, but yet not have to say, man, I really wish I would have spent X to get X feature. That it's all right here for you in one package.
Exactly. And our 3-18 and 6-36 both share our M3 reticle. You tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, so the M3 reticle really is a departure from our M1 reticle. That is more, hey, CQB style shooting, red dot field. This is much more of the precision shooter. So if you are a 3-gunner, if you are a PRS shooter, and this will also fit in addition to the sniper roll, DMR rolls as well. So it is a mil radian reticle. It does have a floating center dot. On the left turret over here, you do have your parallax from 25 yards to infinity. And then on the outside of this is where your illumination occurs. So we actually adopted a push button illumination because we wanted to provide red and green. Sometimes in different environments, different lightings, an individual prefers green or prefers red. You no longer need to choose. You can simply use the button and turn the reticle illumination on. So once it stays off until you activate it. As you press it, the button presses will go up in brightness. It will blink when it's at the top of the brightness and then work itself down. And then if you press and hold for, it's about 5 seconds, it'll change from red to green. And then when you're done, you can just leave it alone. There is no off, it auto shut offs for you as well.
Absolutely, and we at Mepro, we stand behind our products, and this optic is backed with our Mepro Guard warranty.
Yeah, anytime you have a question, issue, concern, think that it's not working the way it should, just give us a call, and Noah's the guy that will take care of you. So I guess a few other things that is shared within the 1-8 and the 6-36, very textured diopter adjuster, magnification ring, and your turret adjustments as well. So whether you're using gloved hands in a professional environment or you have sweat or water, whatever the case is, it will not interfere with your ability to move it. The magnification ring is probably a little stiffer than it is from the 1-8s on up. So the 6-36 and 3-18, they are a little stiffer because we want to make sure you're getting exactly where you need. Same thing with the parallax. It is very smooth, but yet robust. So that way, if you need to adjustment, you can make those fine-tune adjustments, but yet understand that wherever you stop is where that ring is going to stop. In the box, just like the other family, comes an extended throw lever. This throw lever is built in and integrated into the magnification ring. But if you need a little bit more or just prefer it, then it's there as well. So yeah, we've shot a ton of these. I gravitate more towards intermediate to longer range shooting personally. And it has been an absolute joy to shoot these optics. So sometimes when you put a lot into the work, you hope you see the return on the back end. So Chip Class, who's our product manager, has worked tirelessly to get this family of products where it is. And to send these out to an independent tester and just accept the feedback. And when you get an email saying, wow, you guys knocked it out of the park, that's always a really good feeling.
Absolutely. And when you hit a long range target and you hear the time in between when you pull the trigger and then you hear the steel ring is incredible, and you can definitely do that with this scope.
Yeah, it's all about building confidence, right? If you got the right platform and it's built appropriately and it's able to hit a certain minute of angle requirements, and then you do your part and the scope is doing its part. I mean, you were at the range last month. We shot quite a few long range targets, and really it's the happiness that comes from it, but yet the professional confidence that you gain, like, I can do this. This works the way it should. So when you put a dope in your ballistic calculator and it spits it out because you need to hit a target at, say, 800 yards, and you dial and you make the impact first round, as long as you make the correct wind call, that says a lot.
Yeah, it's very satisfying. So definitely check it out. And if you want to learn more about the scope or maybe pick one up for yourself, go to meprolight.com and to learn more. If you enjoyed this video, if you like the content we're putting out at Meprolight, we try to bring you all sort of educational content, information on our products, and things to just make our community better. Subscribe to our channel, like the video, and stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.